Hi everyone, today I'll go over my first impression of a space exploration game called Rebel Galaxy. I won this game in Raffle, making this my first post concerning a non-free game that I didn't buy with my own money. I'm pretty glad that happened. It allowed me to try out something I would probably have ignored otherwise. So you might be wondering, what kind of game is it? Well, it's a space exploration game. It's set in a remote backwater galaxy, and you're tasked with finding a relative of yours. As you probably guessed, doing so won't be a simple matter. Your starship isn't very capable, at the beginning at least. So you'll need to make a living on the frontier in order to afford a better ship, better weapons, and so forth. With an in-game economy and a few factions you can either side with or piss off if you prefer, you have quite a few options to do so. Bounty hunting, exploration, space trucking, and piracy are only a few ways for you to make a living out there. To top it off, random events sprinkled on your way will help spice things up even more. Now that we've established what kind of game it is, you might be wondering, how does it compare? Well, those themes are all common among space exploration games. But what sets Rebel Galaxy apart is its simplicity. This is not a space simulator with tricky docking maneuvers, politics, or even multiplayer. Space in this game is navigated on a flat surface, so your ship pretty much moves around and fights as a naval vessel would. As a result, Rebel Galaxy is a great introduction to the space exploration genre. The basics are easy to grasp, and yet most activity found in its typical space exploration game are represented. That simplified design might be the game's greatest strength, but it's also my main criticism. The game has very little depth, and on a few occasions I had to troubleshoot my enjoyment and essentially change the way I did things, not because I wasn't successful doing that, but because I wasn't having fun doing that anymore. Easy to learn, hard to master is one of the holy grails of game design, but in this case I must say I haven't found much to master in the 6 hours I've spent in the game. I think the key to enjoying this game will be to combine the game's activities, as none of them on their own is deep enough to be engrossing for long by itself. As a result, this game about space piracy and broadside combat ended up being relatively, well, zen to me. It's not necessarily something I would consider to be a negative. The experience to me was pretty analog to Diablo, for instance, only played from a totally different perspective.
Moving to engage.
Satellite boosters depleted.
So on the matter of game length and polish, there is a lot of content in this game, and all the procedural stuff helps make it even longer. If I managed to find my playstyle, I could easily see myself spending a lot of time with this game. As you see, this is a great looking game. What you can't hear, sadly, because I can't include that on YouTube, is that the game makes use of a great licensed soundtrack. Any Firefly fan out there will get reminiscing right away. This game as a whole is a really impressive achievement for a two-person studio. Rebel Galaxy is available for PC and Mac, but will also be coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and currently retails at roughly $22 Canadian or your regional equivalent. Overall, it's well worth considering if you're interested in a space western mixed with broadside combat.